Good morning and welcome to the news update on VOP TV. I am Promise A. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, has submitted national minimum wage options and their projected cost implications to President Bola Tinubu. On Tuesday, President Tinubu directed Edun to present a proposal on the new minimum wage figure and an analysis of the associated cost within 48 hours. Edun submitted the report on Thursday at the presidential villa in Abuja, accompanied by Muhammad Idris, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, and Atiku Bagudu, the Minister of Budget and National Planning. The report outlines several potential new minimum wage levels and the anticipated fiscal impact of each option on the federal budget. This submission is a crucial step in determining a new national minimum wage, which has been a hot topic of discussion recently. You may recall that on Monday, organized labor proposed new minimum wages of 615,500 naira and 494,000 naira, which the government deemed unrealistic. In response, the federal government announced that President Tinubu had committed to a national minimum wage higher than 60,000 naira. This decision was one of the key resolutions reached during a meeting between the federal government and organized labor held in the office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation on Monday. Meanwhile, the presidency has denied trending reports that the federal government is proposing a new minimum wage of 105,000 naira for Nigerian workers. The denial was made in a short statement by the Special Advisor to President Bola Tinubu on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga. According to him, media reports that the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, has proposed the minimum wage in the template submitted to President Tinubu, and they are false. You may recall that the Minister of Finance and the Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, held a meeting with President Tinubu against the backdrop of ongoing discussions on a new national minimum wage. The Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Atiku Bagudu, was also in attendance at the meeting, which held at the State House in Abuja. It was gathered that during the meeting, Edun presented a new minimum wage template to President Tinubu, meeting the 48-hour deadline earlier issued to him. Emerging from the meeting, Minister Edun addressed the press, stating that there was no cause for alarm, but did not reveal further details of what transpired during the meeting. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF George Akume, has accused labor leaders of committing treasonable felony. Addressing the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, in Abuja, Akume said the national grid is a national security infrastructure. The SGF noted that shutting down the national grid is a security breach on the part of labor. He urged members of the organized labor to be more circumspect in their demands over national minimum wage and the restoration of old electricity tariff. Recall that members of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, and the Trade Union Congress, TUC, has shut down the national grid during its nationwide strike on Monday, June 3rd. The SGF reaffirmed the commitment of President Bola Tinubu to improve the welfare of Nigerians. He, however, lamented the loss of revenue by the federal government due to the action of the organized labor. The House of Representatives has taken a proactive step towards the creation of a new state in the southeast geopolitical zone of the country. Earlier report indicates that lawmakers on the floor of the House during plenary passed a bill for first reading for the creation of Olu State. The bill, sponsored by the member representing Idiato North, Idiato South Federal Constituency in Imo State, Ikenga Ugochinyere, and others, is now set for a second reading. According to the draft bill, the creation of Olu State will alter the 1999 Constitution as amended, increasing the number of states in the Federation from 36 to 37. The new state will carve out from Imo, Abia, and Anambra states, with Olo as its capital. The bill also seeks to amend the 1999 Constitution by inserting a new paragraph, which will include 28 local government areas. Ugochinyere, a member of the People's Democratic Party, and the lead sponsored on the bill, appealed to his colleagues at the National Assembly to support the bill to ensure its passage through a second reading. He stated that the creation of Olu State will lead to the emergence of Idiato as a senatorial district. Nigerian primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions may soon have new curricula following the adoption of the motion on the floor of the House of Representatives during plenary session. This followed the House resolution on a motion titled Review of the Nigerian Curriculum for Primary and Secondary Schools in line with current global market needs and contemporary realities, moved by a member of the People's Democratic Party from Osun State, Bamidele Salam. Leading the debate, Salam noted that Nigeria's traditional curriculum for primary and secondary schools faces challenges compared to advanced nations of the world. He argued that while the curriculum equips students with the knowledge, it prioritizes rote learning, memorization by repetition, over practical skills like critical thinking and problem solving, which are very crucial in the current labor market. The lawmaker further noted that the curriculum is in developed nations often integrates practical training and exposure to real-world scenarios, preparing students for the specific demands of the job market, unlike the current national curriculum. The motion was referred to the House Committees on Basic Education and Services as well as University Education to ensure compliance. The House of Representatives has resolved to investigate the alleged fraudulent allocation of title documents to some real estate developers before the appointment of Nyesom Wike as the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. The resolution of the House followed the adoption of a motion of urgent public importance moved by the member representing Karu Kefi, Kokono Federal Constituency, Nasarawa State, Mr. Jonathan Befi. Moving the motion, Bewi, a member of the Social Democratic Party, noted that before the appointment of Wike by the President Bola Tinubu in August 2023, several titled land documents in the FCT were issued to some real estate developers in a highly suspicious manner. He said the House questioned if the Director of Lands or any officials of the Federal Capital Territory Development Administration issued the right of occupancy, purportedly in the name of the Minister of FCT, at the period when the office of the Minister of Vacant have the legal right or authority to do so. Following the resolution of the House, the Deputy Speaker, Benjamin Kalu, who presided over plenary in the absence of the Speaker, Tajuddin Abbas, directed the Committee on FCT to investigate all allocations of land in the name of the Minister of the FCT, given within the period of January to August 2023. You're still watching the news on VOP TV. We'll bring you more stories after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. A coalition of civil society organizations, socialist groups, and radical political entities convened at the International Press Center in Lagos with the aim of addressing the pressing issues facing the nation and unveiling plans for a national resistance movement against the entrenched hardship imposed on Nigerians. These activities are urging Nigerians to unite in the peaceful protest slated for June 12, 2024, to ensure their collective voices are heard loud and clear by the government. VOP TV's Matthew Ugunswada was at the event and brings back this report.
In recent times, Nigerians have grappled with severe economic hardships as commodity prices skyrocket under the administration of President Bola Tinubu. Fuel subsidy cuts, stagnation in minimum wage, and electricity tariff hikes compound these challenges. Today, a coalition of civil society organizations, socialist groups, and radical political entities convened at the International Press Center in Lagos with the aim of addressing the pressing issues facing the nation and unveiling plans for a national resistance movement against the entrenched hardships imposed on Nigerians.
We are here as representatives of millions of Nigerian workers, youths, students, farmers, traders, artisans, and poor masses whose lives have been changed for the worse over the past 1 year due to the neoliberal and anti-poor capitalist policies being imposed by President Tinubu and his economic team of IMF, World Bank, yes men and yes women.
For the function of the government. And we are saying that the people themselves can fight to make that demand. We cannot just stay in this room to make demand. That's why we want to go to the streets.
Announcing a peaceful mass protest slated for June 12, 2024, these activists earnestly urge Nigerians to unite in this peaceful demonstration to amplify their collective voices to the government.
Based on the foregoing, we, the undersigned, declare Wednesday, June 12, 2024, as a day of national action against hunger and hardship.
They demand an end to the ongoing hardships and implore the government to prioritize the welfare of its citizens.
What we are trying to use this struggle to actually argue for is the need for us to have demands that encompasses all of the issues that faces the Nigerian working people as a whole. That is on minimum wage, on education, on unemployment, on electricity tariff, or fuel price hike, and link that, to the need for a political alternative.
It is not the duty of human rights organizations to provide food or shelter for the masses. It is clearly the work of the government. We must make demands of the government to do the right thing. But do we do it privately? Of course, we do that.
Eventually, the victory of the people will be established.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. We are always fight for our right.
As rightly posited by these various activists that the current economic hardship in the country is much and that citizens are suffering. In lieu of this, there will be a mass peaceful protest on June 12, 2024. Matthew Ugunswada for Voice of the People TV.
Well, thank you, Matthew, for that report. Moving on, Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi asserts his allegiance to the party amidst controversy over the creation of a directorate for the obedience movement, a group affiliated with him. The Labour Party leadership, led by Julius Abure, backtracked on their decision to establish the Obedient Movement Directorate, following strong opposition from movement leaders and Obi himself. Obi, a key figure in the movement, emphasized its non-partisan nature, stating it transcends political affiliations, gender, ethnicity, religion, or region. He reiterated the movement's goal of fostering a new Nigeria. The National Publicity Secretary of the Labour Party, Obi Oraifo, announced the renaming of the controversial directorate to the Directorate of Mobilization and Integration amid the uproar. In a bold statement, former Social Democratic Party SDP presidential candidate Adewale Adebayo had called on the federal government to prioritize fairness for Nigerian workers. Adebayo's remark came in response to the recent approval by the Senate of a bill granting a staggering 300% salary increase for judicial workers at both federal and state level. Adebayo emphasized the need for equitable distribution of welfare funds, highlighting what he perceives as a skewed allocation favoring the judiciary over other sectors. He criticized the disparity, pointing out that while judges enjoy substantial wage hikes, workers advocating for minimum wage adjustments face legal barriers. The Senate, in a session held on Wednesday, unanimously passed the executive bill submitted by President Bola Tinubu, titled "A Bill for an Act to Prescribe the Salaries, Allowances, and Fringe Benefits of Judicial Office Holders in Nigeria and for Related Matters." The legislation promises improved compensation packages and additional perks for judicial personnel. Adebayo's call for parity echoes concern about socio-economic balance and fair treatment within Nigeria's governance framework, underscoring the importance of equitable policies for all citizens. Adamawa State Governor Ahmadu Fintiri of Adamawa State has taken a decisive stance against gender-based violence, signing into law stringent measures targeting rapists. Chairperson of the Adamawa State chapter of the Federation of International Female Lawyers, Barrister Hafsat Abdullahi, announced a landmark decision. Under the new law, convicted rapists are barred from employment and participating in Adamawa politics. Abdullahi revealed that a comprehensive record of rape offenders will be maintained, serving as a reference for job application and political candidacies. The law, enacted recently, mandates the death penalty for convicted rapists, with life imprisonment for gang rape perpetrators and a minimum 20-year jail term for individual offenders. Commending Governor Fintiri for his bold initiative, Abdullahi urged continued support for his pro-human policies. She emphasized the importance of entrusting children to trustworthy individuals to ensure their safety. Benue State, known as the hub of internally displaced persons, IDPs, in Nigeria, faces significant challenges in caring for over 1.5 million displaced individuals across 17 camps. These IDPs were forced from their homes due to repeated attacks by armed herdsmen. Despite the harsh living conditions in the camps, an alarming number of newborns are being recorded. In one camp alone, the Oteshi IDP camp in Guma local government area, over 200 babies were born in June, 1 month. This situation, while typically a cause for celebration in normal circumstances, places immense strain on healthcare services within the camp. You're still watching the news update on VOP TV. Business and sports stories will come after this break. Stay with us.
When your morning starts, make sure to look around for the right company to serve you everything you need to know about what's happening around you. That's why you need VOP This Morning, because we will climb this far to give you a voice in what's going on, from news, reviews, politics and the economy, sports, and even entertainment. Join us weekdays, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. right here on VOP TV. VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Welcome back. In the world of business, the Nigerian federal government intends to settle approximately 1.7 trillion naira in electricity debts using bonds and promissory notes, as outlined in the Accelerated Stabilization and Advancement Plan, ASAP, presented by Finance Minister Wale Edun to President Bola Tinubu. This plan aims to address tariff shortfalls and liquidity issues within the power sector. Collaborating with key stakeholders, including the Federal Inland Revenue Service and the Central Bank of Nigeria, the government seeks to implement these alternative settlement methods over the next 6 months. Key components of the ASAP include quarterly funding for gas suppliers to ensure a stable gas supply to power plants, costing 216 billion naira. The plan also incorporates renewable energy integration studies, estimated at $2 million, and the completion of critical transmission company of Nigeria projects, costing $73.2 million, and this $170.4 million respectively. And additionally, $4.5 million will boost the generation capacity of the Niger Delta Power Holding Company by 1,000 megawatts. These interventions, totaling over 1.9 trillion naira, aim to stabilize and enhance Nigeria's power sector, ensuring a more reliable electricity supply. Still in business, Airtel Africa has announced an exchange rate of 1,485.99 naira per dollar for its final dividend of 3.57 US cents per share of the fiscal year 2023-2024. This final dividend translates to 53.05 naira per share in naira, representing a 2% dividend yield. Despite a net loss of $89 million for the fiscal year ending March 31, 2024, the company would pay a total dividend of 276 billion naira, reflecting a significant increase in shareholder returns. The dividend payment includes an earlier interim dividend of 2.38 US cents per share at an exchange rate of 858.24 naira per dollar, paid in December 2023, amounting to 76.8 billion naira. The final dividend payment of 3.57 US cents per share will be paid on July 26, 2024, to shareholders recorded by June 21 to 24. Airtel Africa's robust dividend policy underscores its commitment to returning value to shareholders despite financial challenges and highlights its strategic focus on managing capital expenditure and reducing foreign currency debt obligations. And to the world of sports, Nigeria's Minister of Sports Development, Senator John Enwan, has called on the Super Eagles to prioritize their 2024 FIFA World Cup qualification campaign, with a crucial match against South Africa's Bafana Bafana looming on Friday at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo. Senator Enwan emphasized the importance of each tie as a decisive moment for Nigeria's qualification hopes. Senator Enwan stressed the need for full commitment for all stakeholders, including players, coaches, and support staff, to ensure success. He expressed confidence in the team's ability to secure a much-needed victory. The Super Eagles, currently third in Group C with 2 points from 2 games, will kick off against South Africa at 8 p.m. local time on June 7th. Still in sports, the Bafana Bafana of South Africa have landed in Uyo for Friday's 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier with the Super Eagles. The AFCON bronze medalists trained by 8 p.m. today at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium. Recall that the team were reported to be stranded at the Port Harcourt International Airport, where they were to be cleared by customs as a result of Uyo airports that had closed by the time the team was scheduled to take off. Friday's potentially explosive game will kick off at 8 p.m. And in entertainment, the Central Bank of Nigeria recently took decisive action by revoking the operation license of Heritage Heritage Bank PLC. Reality TV star Mercy Eke, who reportedly had over 100 million in her Heritage Bank account, has expressed concern following the license revocation. As the liquidation process begins, depositors will receive compensations. The NDIC will pay insured deposits of up to 5 million naira per depositor. However, Mercy questions of getting her money back. Mercy expressed regrets about banking with Heritage Bank, and she hopes for a positive outcome in retrieving her money. And that's a wrap on the news on VOP TV. Do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. On YouTube, we are Voice of the People TV, and on other social media platforms, we are at VOP TV Live. Coming up is Business Hour with Frank Fabo. Stay tuned. I am Promise. Good morning.